What were you doing in the Capital Wasteland?
I was looking for my brother Barnaby. That's where he ostensibly died. On the way, I met a few people in blue jumpsuits. One of them saved my life. The other gave it meaning. But that's a story for another time.
That's all for now.
Of course, my dear.
Hey.
Name's Holly. It's nice to meet ya. You interested in having a little fun?
I'm listening.
So, let me ask you something. You ever read comic books?
Why does it matter?
Old comics are my absolute favorite. I think they cater to human aspiration. Distilling our best and worst human qualities and pitting them against each other in an entertaining conflict. The best ones show us pieces of ourselves in all the different heroes. And besides, superheroes are wicked cool.
Is there a reason that you're bringing this up?
I grew up in an old print shop where they had a stash of undelivered comics. All sorts of great characters, but my favorite was Harley Quinn. I first noticed Harley's comic because she had the same first name as me. But as I read more of her stories, it felt like we had a real connection.
Why do you say that?
Holly was a good person who got drawn into a dark lifestyle because she tried to fix someone she loved. Most girls can relate trying to change a guy who's never gonna change. There's something intense and passionate about being with someone who pulls you back in each time they hurt you. No matter how powerful and strong you are as a person, sometimes you lose control. Your obsession keeps you holding on for the crazy ride, lusting after the highs and waiting out the lows.
I know the feeling.
All I'm saying is that sometimes us girls can get a little, you know, overzealous. When we put our minds to it, we're way more devious, scheming, and vindictive than our male counterparts could ever be. And Harley Quinn is the epitome of that. She's an out-and-out crazy bitch. There's something you just want to applaud about a character so unashamed of a utterly disastrous mentality. She knows she's crazy, but she wholeheartedly embraces it and makes it work. She's a no-fucks-given, hot-pants-wearing middle finger to the rest of the world. Plus, she's fun, and who doesn't like a bit of fun?
Just tell me what you need help with.
I wanted to be just like Holly growing up, and part of that never went away. Lately, I've been trying to track down some of her gear. I found an old article in the Fallon's archives saying that before the war, Harley Quinn outfits were some of the most popular costumes for Halloween. I want to find one, and I think I know where to look.
So give me the details.
There was an old clothing store called Hot Topic down at the Monsinger Plaza. Legend is they were in the business of selling overpriced merchandise to teens who wanted a gothic or punk look. And if the Harley Quinn costume was as popular as I'm reading, maybe they've got an extra outfit or two lying around.
So where do I come in?
I don't care much for traveling down to that area without backup. Place is crawling with raiders. And everyone else here thinks that chasing after an old costume is a waste of time. But you, I've got a feeling you might be different. So, what do you think? Will you come with me?
If that's what floats your boat.
All right then, we'll head out when you're ready. If Hot Topic doesn't have it, I know a couple other places we can look.
Hey there.
I've been staying here for a few days now, but I'm running out of food. Do you know any place close by that's hiring?
I'll think about it.
I'm all ears.
What are you thinking about?
I like to talk to my targets before the kill. Taunt them, scare them, even challenge them.
Looking for a job, if you got one.
As a matter of fact, I do. Last month, we captured a raider named Chewie O'Doyle. I believe you met Chewie, or what's left of him, when you first arrived here. Things didn't work out so well for our raider friend. But before he passed, he provided us with an intriguing recipe. I assume you're familiar with a chem called Jet.
Of course. How could you not love it?
There's about a dozen primary dealers who work the Commonwealth peddling it. They all sell the same base product, but mix it differently and put their own labels on it. There's Scudder's Red Devil, Tito's Venom, and Bedlam's Zelax, to name a few. But Chewie discovered a game changer. By combining standard Jet with a synthetic stimulant, he was able to create a more potent version. Time Bomb, he called it. Silly name, but a powerful high, or so I'm told. So effective it practically sells itself.
So, what's the problem?
In a word, supply. The synthetics used to make the drug are hard to come by in the Commonwealth. Chewie acquired his stash from a traveling merchant, who obtained their supply from a local vault. Vault 81.
What's the word around Vault 81?
We don't know much. They mostly keep to themselves, only dealing with a few select traders. Rumor is, their vault has maintenance issues, so they developed a stimulant to help their repair crews work longer hours. We need a way to tap into their chem supply. That's where you and that Pip-Boy of yours come in.
Why me? I'm sure you're better suited for the job.
We don't know how to manufacture the stimulant, so this isn't a matter of simply waltzing in and murdering everyone. It's about establishing a long-term relationship. We need to gain their know-how and their trust. And who better to do that than a fellow Vault Dweller?
What exactly is the plan?
Once you're inside, things get a bit tricky. I need you to find someone with access to their stimulant supply, and convince them to become our inside connection.
How do I infiltrate them?
If I knew that, I wouldn't need you, now would I? Once you've gained access to Vault 81, ask around for gossip. See what dirt you can find. Blackmail is often the quickest way to bring an asset in line.
How do I make contact?
Check back with me once you've got something we can use.
Excuse me.
If you're ready to get started on the next phase, let me explain.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I got a pal in Good Neighbor. Goes by the name Hancock. After what happened at University Point and Quincy, he's got some concerns about the next shoe to drop in downtown Boston.
What do you mean?
Every urban area has pressure points, centers of gravity that hold a region's economy together. Take out the pressure points, and it inflicts a disproportionate amount of economic pain. Trade suffers, supply chains stop moving, and eventually people start going hungry. The fabric of society starts to crumble. The Institute knows this, so do the Gunners. It's not hard to guess what their next targets might be.
Is Diamond City really in danger? It's not like there's raiders pounding on the gate.
Maybe not raiders, but they got super mutant hordes right around the corner, and synths have infiltrated their local government. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Diamond City isn't the settlement most in danger of falling. Good Neighbor is.
Why do you say that?
You mean besides the elevated sniper perches surrounding the town, and the relative ease of blockading the entrance so no food or supplies can get in or out?
Yeah. Obviously.
It's like this. If your settlement is poor, you can't afford adequate security. If your security stinks, your enemies eventually take notice, and sooner or later, they'll either demand tribute or conquer you.
So, if you want your city not to get pillaged, you need a functional economy. It's hard to pull off when your clientele is primarily low-end chem addicts and drifters. There's no real money in catering to riffraff like that. For Good Neighbor to survive, it needs to attract a higher class of clientele.
I'm listening.
Bottom line, Hancock wants to clean up Good Neighbor. Starting with the chem dealers selling drugs to kids, the thugs harassing visitors for protection money, the back alley murders, the gang activity, and the never-ending stream of aspiring scam artists. He wants all of them gone. Not detained, not bargained with, just gone.
Makes sense to get rid of the trash. What's the catch?
As mayor, he can't be officially connected to ordering hits on his constituency. So, he's contracted out certain jobs on the down low to a few people he trusts. That's where you come in.
I need some details here. I have no idea what I'm getting into.
There's 3 jobs I want you to start with. First job is to entrap an old ghoul who's been trying to rip off Hancock. Second one is to eliminate a Triggerman gang infesting the town's warehouses. And a third task is to take out a few miscreants plaguing the local economy. You can do the jobs in any order you want. I've written down all the details on this holotape, including the local contacts to get started. Once the jobs are complete, cross them off your list and we'll move on to the next phase. And one more thing. You did us a solid with that gunner job. Anything we can help you with in return?
My son, Sean, was kidnapped. I'm looking for help to find him.
Man, sorry to hear that. Can you describe how he got kidnapped?
We were in a vault when it happened. Vault 111. It was some kind of cryo facility. My wife was murdered. She was trying to keep them from taking Sean, and they just...
Take your time. We're listening, of course, but details would be helpful.
There was a man and a woman. They didn't say much, but I remember they called me the backup. The woman was dressed in, I think it was a kind of hazard suit. The man had some sort of metal brace on his arm. One of them came right up to me. Bald head, scar across his left eye. I'll never forget that voice. Low and rough, like sandpaper across your face.
You didn't happen to get a name, did you?
Sorry, I don't remember.
Yeah, I kinda figured. So Vault 111 was a cryo facility? That's crazy. I headed up there once, but it was sealed shut.
They had us cryogenically frozen in these pods, but something malfunctioned. The man who killed my wife, he had a handgun. I didn't get a clear look at it, but that sound.
Rather traumatic, I suppose. So, no name, but the killer had a bald head, scar, gravelly voice, and likely a rep for doing shady jobs. Sounds a bit like a local merc named Kellogg. Somewhat nasty character.
Rumor is he had a place in Diamond City. But there's something else.
Please, tell me what you know.
Fuck, this is a tough one. I shouldn't be sharing this, but it's your kid we're talking about. Look, check the desk in my room. There's a holotape in there. Might have some answers you're looking for.
A holotape? What's on it?
Tough to explain. You need to see it for yourself. But the gist is, back in Quincy, when Stella's mom was bleeding out in my arms, the last thing she told me was to pull a holotape out of her cargo pants pocket. Not the type of thing you expect to hear in someone's dying words. I asked her why, but didn't get an answer. She just whispered to show it to Stella when she was old enough. And just like that, she was gone. Took a while before I could bring myself to read what was on the tape. Part of me wishes I hadn't.
I appreciate you telling me all of this. I know it's difficult.
Just promise me that whatever happens, you don't mention a word of this to Stella. She doesn't know, and that's the way it's gotta stay for now.
Okay, I understand.
And hey, good luck out there.
Excuse me.
I buy and sell. Just put up everything you got and let's see if we can make a deal.
Hear anything lately?
Nothing you'd be interested in. Now I got merchandise to move here, if you're still buying.
Just browsing for now.
Something I can do for you?
I need to ask you something.
Any place you want me to pitch in?
I wanted to ask you about something else.
Any requests?
I think we ought to part ways.
Well then, friend. I gotta keep moving. Maybe we'll cross paths again sometime. Hey, how's it going?
Let's trade some things.
Alright, check it out.
That was all I had.
Alright then.
Hey there. Never mind, actually.